Welcome. This is a Maps BI product demonstration where I'm going to show you how you can create some stunning visualizations very quickly. To begin with, our data source that we're going to look at is an Excel file here that lists out various African subnational metrics, looking at literacy rates, access to TV and radio in the household broken down by state and country within Africa. So that's going to serve as our data source. So what I'm going to do in Maps BI here, I'm going to create a new dashboard, upload it from a data file, and this is going to be access to African access to TV and radio. And what the data we're uploading is provincial stats. Okay, that's what each row represents. The category, we'll give it healthcare and social assistance. Privacy settings, we'll leave it only for myself. And I'm going to upload that file we were talking about. And now it's all uploaded, so I'm going to click finish. And what happens here, it's created a quick dashboard for us. Now I'm going to get rid of a few of the metrics on here because what Maps BI does is it just takes its best effort at throwing a dashboard together for you. But I'd like to create one from scratch. So I'm going to get rid of quite a few of these digital indicators on the map here. Okay. And then I'm going to just expand this viewport a little bit here. And let's take a look at some of the stats related to TV and radio access. So we'll pull down our little legend here. We're going to do a heat map of TV and radio use in the house, and we'll look at the average. So let me bring down the map here again a little bit more. So what we're looking at here is a bubble heat map, really, of the average access to TV and or radio in the household for various African states. Now it's a little difficult to ascertain what we're really looking at here with all the bubbles on the map. So let's change it to a region-based map where we can look at data at the subnational level. So we'll click on settings here. Okay, look at the region maps we've got. So we've got an African region map. We'll break it down and associate it to the province level. And we'll hit save here. As you can see, we've still got the bubbles, but that's because we're still on the bubble map. To change the map type, we go down here, we click region map. And now all of a sudden you're looking at a breakdown by region, which is a little bit more visually indicative of the average access to radio and or TV in the household. We can see our legend here, which tells us the percentage of access. But what I'd also like to do is throw a few charts and graphs onto the page. So I'm going to do a new chart here. Okay, and then the first new chart I'm going to do is one that's going to be entitled African access to TV radio by country. Okay, and we'll create a bar graph of that, and it's going to be looking at the bar data of the percentage of TV and or radio access in the household. We will take the average of that as an aggregate function. We'll group it by country. Okay, and we'll hit save and add to dashboard. And there we've got a graph that's been added here that looks at the African access to TV or radio by country as an average. The next thing I'm going to do is add a digital indicator in here that also looks at access to TV and radio. Okay, average. And we're going to put this on as a number. And again, we're going to look at this metric here. And we're going to average it out again. We'll give it a couple decimal spots. And we'll add it to the dashboard. And there it is below here. So I'm just going to drag this up here. Okay, and I can create as many kind of columns as I want and drag these things around. If I want to create 3 columns, I can do that. You know, if I want to just leave it at 2, I can do that as well. And the important thing to remember is that as you zoom in and out on your map here, all your metrics change to the right. So I'm looking at an average for everything that I'm looking at within this specific viewport. Now I've also created in the Excel file I uploaded a bit more information that I want to pop up whenever I click on the map. But as you can see here, as I'm clicking on the map, nothing happens. Well, what I can do is go into settings here, and I can select from pop-ups that I want the pop-up column to show, and I'll hit save. And then when I go and click on any of the areas of the map, I can see a little bit more information with regards to the state level metrics, looking at access to TV in the house, literacy rate, net primary school attendance, and this is all driven from the data that I uploaded, which is in my data tab over here, as you can see. So that gives you a little bit of an idea of how you can go and create a very stunning visualization very quickly. We've really just scratched the surface here. You can do so much more, like filtering your data or sharing it amongst colleagues and friends by taking this share URL and copying it and pasting it into your browser window. And now all of a sudden you've got a read-only version that all of your colleagues can access without having to worry about them changing anything at all. So that gives you a glimpse of the power of Maps BI, just very briefly. Please stay tuned for more to come.